What is up, and welcome back to Zakkongen and the monthly drawing video. And I gotta say at the start, these were the best drawings I've ever made. I nailed them pretty much, except the first one could have been better, but all of them were really, really good. Also, the shading, they were good. These came out great. So I just can't wait for you to see them. Cool. I don't have much else to say. It's a drawing video. It's a good video. It's One Piece as dragons. That's what I needed to say. One Piece as dragons. I've not watched that much One Piece, but I have watched One Piece. It's really good. So I wanted to do it. One Piece as dragons. The story was also pretty good. Sir William III, take the wheel. Whatever. Sir William III, you go.
Hello, and welcome back to another log about the wonderful dragons that inhabit our world. But I realized I never properly introduced myself, aside from my name and profession. Therefore, I have put a picture of myself in the bottom of this page, so that I can truly introduce myself. As you know, my name is Sir William III, and as you can see on the picture, I am indeed a vampire. Though a very rare type of vampire, that is. You see, I was born with an incredible gene that allows me to stand under the sun. I still very much need to consume blood and have a deadly reaction to both garlic and silver, but being able to move under the sun is a great enhancement for me, with it letting me study dragons in action. Aside from being a genetically different vampire, I am also a nobleman. I originate from a long line of vampires, though. I am far more friendly than the rest of my family. That and my work for the king, helping the kingdom learn about dragons, has prompted my family to despise me and treat me as an outcast from the family. But that is all that you need to know about me. So now, let's talk about dragons, and how I came across these specific dragons. So this was the Sir William III drawing, and I really wanted to draw him. He is the narrator of the videos, and a vampire, but he's also a fictional character, and I invented him some time ago, and not some time ago, I invented him a long time ago, and I just decided when I started doing dragon videos that he was going to be a narrator. And I still need to get better at human shading, I can see. The other shading I did in this video for the dragons was really good, but I still need to get better at shading humans. Yeah, and I'm not really sure if he should ever introduce his vampire powers. I'm not really sure he has it. I'm not really sure what vampire powers he would have. I'm not sure I should introduce those. Because he just talks about dragons and explores dragons and stuff. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. The scene is him on the ship because he has to sail to the Caribbean. And he's just real. But he has a character generally like. The belt that I made on him, it looks like metal. It's leather. So, yeah, don't get that confused. Oh, yeah, I don't have much else to say about him. He is Sir William III. Famous dragonologist, works for the kingdom. That's kind of it. The way I came across these dragons was that I originally had been invited by a friend of mine to accompany him on his journey to the Caribbean, where he had been sent to research the strange fruits that grew there. But during the research, we discovered that many of the dragons in the Caribbean lived off these fruits, and had therefore gained strange abilities. And that brings us to the best part, dragons. Now, even though the first dragon on this log does also consume these fruits, the three-horned sword wyvern does not possess any strange abilities. But even still, the three-horned sword wyvern is a formidable opponent for any who chooses to fight. You see, this wyvern fights using its three horns that protrude from its head and front claws. It uses these horns as swords and can swing them with great speed and precision. Additionally, if this wyvern sees that you bear a sword, it will force you to draw it in battle. This is because the three-horned sword wyvern usually fights each other to improve their skills, and they mistake the swords as their horns that they use to fight. But even though this dragon may seem violent, it is more than that, because the three-horned sword wyvern is also one of the most loyal dragons out there, following its master or leader every command. So if a dragon tamer is able to tame one of them, then they are guaranteed to have an ally for life. But with that, let's move on to a rather strange dragon. So this was the Zoro dragon, and I absolutely loved it. It looks so good. The shading, I don't know what I did, but I did something right, because the shading was so good on this one. I loved it. It was the first one I did. Also, my favorite, of just said, and yeah, the red eye is because as you're gonna see, both the Luffy dragon and the Buggy dragon have yellow eyes. I don't know why. I just felt that was dragony. But the red eyes are because I have seen those edits with Zoro and his red eye. I haven't made it that long in One Piece actually. I just made it to Arlong Park. Yeah, I have seen those edits, and yeah, they're epic. And I thought, why not give him a red eye then? And yeah, I also like the idea because he's like 3-sword style. I gave him 3 horns to fight with, and I wouldn't give him a ginormous tooth as in the mouth. I should give him a horn, and the tail. There's not really a reason for the tail. Okay, and now we're gonna get to the trees, and these were also just good. I really like how I did the shading with the trees and the palm fronds. They're technically not accurate palm fronds, but they're the best. They're good palm fronds. They're palm fronds. I can't say that word. And yeah, Zoro I did not need reference for because he's like in every episode of One Piece. I haven't seen a single episode where he's not in it. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about the Zoro dragon. It's just cool, and Zoro's just awesome. Yeah. Oh, I would never have written lore about this dragon wants to become the strongest dragon swordsman, and there's this other dragon that is better. That just doesn't make sense. It's a species. And here's some of the shadows. These shadows look so great. Like going over the dragon, it looks so cool. I really love this drawing. Yeah, so yeah, that was the Zoro dragon. Hope you like it. Next dragon of this log is the Elastic Joy Dragon. This dragon species has gotten strange abilities from the fruits that they eat. And as the name suggests, this dragon can stretch its body to incredible lengths. It uses this power to both fight and grab trees to shoot itself into the sky at incredible speeds. This also saves energy from not having to take off. And speaking of shooting, this dragon is also immune to bullets, seeing as any shot at one will just bounce off its rubber scales. As we have already established, this dragon lives off the fruits that grow in the Caribbean. But this dragon has also an enormous appetite for meat. They have been seen consuming herds of sheep in mere minutes. This love for meat is also what keeps the Elastic Dragon joyous nature. Because you see, the Elastic Joy Dragon is a very happy dragon, usually seen smiling with both fighting, hunting, and eating. Now let's look at the last dragon for this log. And here we have the Luffy Dragon. Yeah, this was my second favorite, and the first problem I had with this dragon was how the heck was I going to incorporate a straw hat into a dragon species? There's not gonna be some red spiked Shanks dragon who's gonna come up to every single baby dragon, and give it a straw hat. That just makes no sense at all. So I settled for straw wings. That's why there are so many stripes coming off the wings and the color of Luffy's straw hat. But yeah, I also like this dragon. I just feel like it could have made more emphasis on the elastic part. Like, you can see one of the hands just going out of the picture, and the neck is a bit long, but I probably could have done more. But this one's background was also the hardest. But and the shading was probably the most boring, because most of it was just shadow, seeing as the sun came from the top. And it's flying, and we're seeing it from downwards. So it was a bit boring with that. And I probably should have, the tail, it's kind of cut off. I should probably have made some more tail. But yeah, here comes the background, and it was the hardest because I also had to make water, and that's just hard. I think water is hard. I don't really like water that much, but it was cool making a lot of palms and fronds. I'm not gonna say palm fronds. I just did. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was also I just really like doing this drawing and the sword drawing. These were some excellent drawings. I'm just gonna say. Uh, I think, yeah. Oh yeah. That one I'm making right now. That was the hardest one to make because his feet was over it, but I still needed to find the right angle where it was. But yeah, they weren't that hard, all of them. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. Luffy Dragon was pretty basic, but it was the only dragon I really made. The two others were wyverns. And yeah, my second favorite. Don't have much else to say about it. Then the colors were nice. I really actually liked the colors of palm fronds and the palm trunks. Yeah, but yep, that was pretty much all for this dragon. I hope you enjoyed the Luffy Dragon. Now, the last dragon for this log is the Cutting Clown Wyvern. This wyvern has also gotten strange abilities from the fruits that it eats. It has the ability to cut itself into pieces and then still be able to control the cut off body parts. That and the fact that its claws are exceptionally long makes it a formidable opponent. This ability also makes it immune to any type of blade, as if it was able to cut through its scales, it would just extend its body parts. Apart from that, this wyvern can also shoot powerful explosions out of its mouth. This power does not come from the fruits, rather from its destructive nature and intentions. You see, while the other dragons of the log have been more on the peaceful side, the Cutting Clown Wyvern is a very destructive dragon, with many documents and sightings describing it raiding and destroying villages. Now that was all that the dragons I That was all the dragons that I had time to log in, but I was certainly interested in returning to the Caribbean and learning more about the dragons that live there. Oh, this was the buggy drawing. And yeah, it was my least favorite, but I still liked it. This was an original idea. The lighting there, that was like magic connecting the things, but I scrapped that because it didn't look as cool. I liked it just being like this better. And yeah, its horns were the hardest part, one of the hardest part, because I really wanted it to have horns. I didn't draw horns in two others, so I wanted to draw horns, but I couldn't sell between his captain's hat stuff, or the blue thing that came on. At last I settled for the blue things, but because it was harder to make the hat, and the blade looked pretty cool actually also. And the red nose I should have done differently. It should have blended into the orange. It wasn't that good, the red nose. And the claws were actually came out pretty cool. I should have made them longer, but it's fine. But my main concern with this was the pose. It was a good drawing, no doubt about it, and the shading was just as good, pretty good as well. But the pose was kind of boring. I should have made it shooting explosive stuff out of it. It also ended up being a little bit small, this dragon, because the palms, I'm gonna draw in a bit, were where you couldn't see the top of them. So it ended up looking like a small raptor kind of thing. Which, fair. That's also cool. And originally I want to have sunset, but I scrapped that idea for just normal. And yeah, that was kind of the buggy drawing.
So, I hope you like this video. I like drawing them. they were very cool drawings. I hope you agree. And now, if you liked the video, you could like, subscribe, comment, share, and maybe also ring that bell. That would be pretty cool. I want subscribers. I realized one of my friends have more subscribers than me, even though he's not been doing YouTube as long. This is outrageous. I need subscribers now. Subscribe if you like this video. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it was a good video. Really good video. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Hope you like the drawing videos. All my drawing videos. Watch other videos of mine. Bye-bye.